Buenas tardes a todo English, Valentín English. Para todo el que no me conoce, mi nombre es Valentín Rodríguez. Vamos impartiendo un curso de inglés para que aprendamos de la forma más sencilla posible. Este es el video de la lección número 6. Espero que le guste. Si no ha visto mi canal y quiere ponerse al día con las otras lecciones, 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5, escríbame al 829-751-6206. 1-829-751-6206 para enviarle su libro gratis. Suscríbase al canal. Espero que le guste este video. Lesson number 6. So, good morning, everyone. Valentin, your English teacher. English, Valentin English. Today, we're going to talk about lesson number 6. So remember, we started lesson number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and today we talk about lesson number 6. So let's get started. The first things we're going to study on lesson number 6, I think we should learn the vocabulary. It's a very easy and nice book to study. Remember that we use the Q book. Q book. I say all the time, this little book is the magic book with all the little pictures, what we can use to practice all the exercises from the book. Remember here, right here on this Q book, number 1, we talk about different verbs like to talk, to dance, to study, to swim, to cook, to work, to watch television, etc. And then on the number 2, we talk about different drinks and different food like tea, coffee, hamburgers, hot dogs, meat, fish, fruit, cake, ice cream, wine, and beer. Do you remember? Do you like tea? Yes, I do, but I prefer coffee. Do you like hamburgers? Yes, I do, but I prefer hot dogs. Do you like meat? Yes, I do, but I prefer fish. Do you like cake? Yes, I do, but I prefer ice cream. So we've been doing different kind of exercises with book number 1. And remember, here in this part, we study the pronouns I, you, he, she, we, you, and they. Remember, I like to talk, you like to talk, he likes to talk, she likes to talk, we like to talk, you like to talk, and they like to talk. And then here in Q book number 4, we talk about the places. Where do you want to go? ¿Dónde quieres ir? Where do you want to go? I want to go to the restaurant. I want to go to the nightclub. I want to go to the hospital. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the stadium. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the movies. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the restaurant. Remember, where do you want? Where does he want to go? Where does she want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do they want to go? I want to go. I want to go. You want to go. He wants to go. She wants to go. We want to go. You want to go. They want to go. Remember too that we talk about different kind of food or drinks, whatever. Like, for example, here we talk about sugar, rice, cookies, butter, milk. Remember, in this lesson, number 4, we talk about what do you like? I like cake. What do you like? I like cookies. What do you like? I like milk. What do you like? I like sandwich. What do you like? I like beef. What do you like? I like chicken. What do you like? I like soup. I like turkey. I like cheese. What does she like? What does he like? What do they like? What do we like? So in this lesson, then we talk. On lesson number 5, we talk about who wants to go to the movies. I do. Who wants to go to the beach? I do. You do. He does. She does. We do. You do. They do. That was lesson number 5. Today, lesson number 6, we talk about occupation and we talk about professions. For example, here, yes, we're going to have John Fix is a doctor. He's a doctor. John Fix is a doctor. He's a doctor. Dr. Fix works in a hospital. Dr. Fix works in a hospital. Miss Melody is a singer. Miss Melody is a singer. She is a singer. She works in a nightclub. She works in a nightclub. Then we have Mr. Carey is a porter. Mr. Carey is a porter. He is a porter. He works in a hotel. Then we have Mrs. Short is a secretary. She is a secretary. She works in an office. She works in an office. She works in an office. Mr. Penn is a teacher. He works in a school. Miss Reed is a student. She works at school. Mr. Penn is a teacher. He works in a school. Miss Reed is a student. She works at school. Mr. Flap is a pilot. He is a pilot. He flies a plane. Mr. Flap is a pilot. He is a pilot. He flies a plane. Mr. Lear is an actor. His wife wants to be an actress. He works in a theater. She wants to work in a theater too. Mr. Lear is an actor. His wife wants to be an actress. She works in a theater. She wants to work in a theater too. Mrs. Gunn is a police officer. She works in a police station. Her husband is a police officer too. He drives a police car. Mrs. Gunn is a police officer. She works in a police station. Her husband is a police officer too. He drives a police car. So remember, the idea is to practice all the time. When you listen to this video, you listen and you repeat. You listen and you repeat. That is very important for you to learn English. I am speaking slowly for you to understand. Hablamos despacio para que entiendan. La idea es que escuchen y repitan las profesiones. Seguimos aquí. Mrs. Black is a saleswoman. Her husband is a salesman. She works in a department store. She works in a department store too. He works in a department store too. Mrs. Black is a saleswoman. Her husband is a salesman. She works in a department store. He works in a department store too. Mr. Ford is a mechanic. Mr. Ford is a mechanic. He is a mechanic. He works in a garage. He works in a garage. Miss White is a nurse. Miss White is a nurse. She works in a hospital. Miss White is a nurse. She works in a hospital. Mrs. Broom is a housewife. She works at home. Mrs. Broom is a housewife. She works at home. Mr. Stam is a mailman. He works in the post office. Mr. Stam is a mailman. He works in the post office. Mr. Gold is a bank clerk. He works in a bank. Mr. Gold is a bank clerk who works in a bank. Miss Butterfly is a flight attendant. She works on a plane. Miss Butterfly is a flight attendant. She works on a plane. Mr. Lorry is a bus driver. He drives a bus. Mr. Lorry is a bus driver. He drives a bus. La idea es que ustedes vean todas las figuras y no tengan que usar la traducción en español. Aquí se ve claramente que eres un doctor. John Fix is a doctor. He is a doctor. Dr. Phil works in a hospital. Y así van asociando. Bien, esa es la lección número 6. Aquí tenemos los verbos to be, I am, to fly, he flies, she flies. Cuando termina en Y, cambia a I latina S. To fly, he flies, she flies. To be, 0 star. I am, I'm the construction, I'm. You are, you're. He is, she is, he is, she is. Then you have right here the vocabulary. Actor, actors. I want to be an actor. Yo quiero ser. I want to be an actor. Actress, actresses. She is an actress. Bank clerk, bank clerk. A bank clerk is a person who works in a bank. A boy, a little boy. Brothers, brothers, brothers. Bus, buses. Bus driver, bus driver. I'm a bus driver. Daughter, daughter, hija, daughter. I have 3 daughters. I have 3 daughters. Department store, department store. Department store is a place where you go to buy clothes. Doctor, doctors, doctor. When you are sick, you have to go to the hospital to see a doctor. Family, families, plural. I have a beautiful family. Father, fathers, my father. Flight attendant. A flight attendant works on a plane. A garage is a place where my fathers work. Oh, you go there to repair your cars. Housewife is a woman who works at home. Husband, jobs. My job is as a teacher. Mailman, I work as a mailman. Mechanic. A mechanic repair cars. A mechanic works in a garage. Mothers. I have a beautiful mother. Nurses. A nurse works in a hospital. A nurse takes care of the people. A pilot works on a plane. A pilot flies a plane. Police car. A police car is a vehicle used by the policeman. Then a porter. I'm a porter. I work in a hotel. Salesman. A salesman is a person who sells things. Saleswoman. Right here, a saleswoman. Sells, a lady who sells. Secretary. A secretary is a girl who or that works in an office. A singer is somebody who sings. I like to sing. I know it from the start. I like to sing. So I'm a singer. My sisters, son, student goes to school to learn. Teacher, I'm an English teacher. Wives, you get married, then you have a wife. Possessive adjective. I'm the teacher. My name is Valentin. You are a mechanic. Your name is Robert. He is a teacher. His name is Robert. She is beautiful. Her name is Alexandra. And doctor, just, very much, mucho. I like to dance very much. At home, en casa. At school, en la escuela. In, on, not. I take it. Expresión, supongo. What do you do? ¿Qué trabajas? What do you do? I'm a teacher. What do you do? I'm a mechanic. What do you do? I'm a doctor. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? ¿Qué tú quieres ser? Bien, aquí en esta parte de la gramática tenemos el verbo to be. Espero lo vean bien. I'm, I am, yo soy, estoy. You are, he is, él es o está con su contracción. He is, she is, Peter's, a bank clerk, an actor. Aquí tenemos la forma negativa, solo agregamos not al final. Por ejemplo, I'm a teacher, I'm not a teacher. I'm a mechanic, I am not a mechanic. I am a doctor, I am not a doctor. Para you aren't, es la contracción de are más not. You aren't a bank clerk. You aren't a doctor. You aren't a teacher. You aren't a mechanic. Para he y she isn't, que es la combinación de is más not. He isn't a teacher. He isn't a mechanic. Peter isn't a doctor. Is not a doctor. Bien, parte muy importante. Aquí seguimos con los, cómo preguntar con el verbo to be. Si yo digo, you are a teacher, are you a teacher? Are you a bank clerk? ¿Eres tú un empleado de banco? Yes, I am. Positive. Negative. No, I'm not. Are you a teacher? Yes, I am a teacher. Are you a mechanic? Yes, I am a mechanic. That is positive. Positive. I'm a doctor. I'm a singer. I'm a police officer. I'm an engineer. Negative. I'm not. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a singer. I'm not a police officer. Para preguntar, se pone el verbo al principio. Is he an actor? Is he an actor? ¿Es él un actor? Yes, he is. Sí, it is. No, he isn't. No, él no es. Is she an actress? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Es el artículo a. Se cambia a an cuando la palabra empieza con una vocal y tiene sonido de vocal. An actress. Aquí tenemos los singular possessive adjectives, los adjetivos posesivos. Para I, my. Para you, your, tú. Para he, his, su de él. Para she, her, su de ella. I like my job, mi trabajo. You like your job. He likes his job. She likes her job. Trabajo de ella, trabajo de él, etc. Bien. En esta parte de aquí estamos viendo lo que son los casos posesivos. Muy fácil. En las clases de ayer, la S con el apóstrofe. Por ejemplo, si yo quiero decir el carro de Valentín, digo el nombre Valentín's, la S con el apóstrofe, Valentín's car, el carro de Valentín. His car, el carro de María, Maria's car, her car, porque estoy hablando del posesivo de ella, her. Si yo digo Robert's house, la casa de Robert, entonces yo pongo his house, su casa. Bien, aquí podemos ver algunos ejemplos. Mr. Love is James' father. James' father, el padre de Jane. He is her father. Es su padre de ella. Aquí tenemos Mrs. Love is Peter's mother. Es la madre de Peter. She is his mother. His porque es el posesivo de él. La madre de él, su madre. Mr. Love is Mrs. Love's husband. El señor Love es el esposo de la señora Love. Love's husband. He is her husband. Él es el esposo de ella. Como es posesivo de ella, se tiene que poner her husband. Y así sucesivamente seguimos con nuestros ejemplos. Recuerden, yo digo el carro de Pedro, Pedro's car. La casa de María, María's house. Bien fácil. Bien, es la forma, María's house. La casa de Pedro y John. Pedro and John's house. La S con el apóstrofe. Es una cuestión de práctica y práctica, de que ustedes sigan practicando. Vamos a leer la lección. Ya tenemos los ejercicios. Recuerden que esto se apoya siempre del libro pequeño que podemos ver aquí, bien, con las profesiones, donde usted puede siempre estar practicando con el verbo to be ahora. I'm, you're, his, she's, we, you're, there. Aquí yo podría decir, is John Fix a doctor? Yes, he is. Is Miss Melody an actress? Yes, she is. Is Mrs. Gunn a police officer? Yes, she is. Sería la primera parte. Y luego, is John Fix a doctor? Yes, he is. Where does he work? ¿Dónde trabaja? He works in a hospital. Y así sucesivamente. Todos esos ejercicios lo van a ver ustedes en el libro. Vamos a leer la lección. Siempre recuerden, lesson 6. Lean al paso y luego vayan acelerando. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? I'm a mechanic. And what do you do? I'm a nurse. Where do you work? In a hospital. How about you? I work in a garage. Do you like your job? Yes, I do. Do you? Oh, yes, I like my job very much. What do you do? I'm a mechanic. And what do you do? I'm a nurse. Where do you work? In a hospital. How about you? I work in a garage. Do you like your job? Yes, I do. Do you? Oh, yes, I like my job very much. Una vez más. What do you do? I'm a mechanic. And what do you do? I'm a nurse. Where do you work? In a hospital. How about you? I work in a garage. Do you like your job? Yes, I do. Do you? Oh, yes, I like my job very much. Conversation 2. What does your wife do, Mr. Black? Mary's a saleswoman. Where does she work? She works in a department store. Does she like her job? Yes, she does. She loves her job. How about your husband, Mrs. Gold? What does he do? He is a bank clerk. Does he like his job? No, he doesn't. I take it, supongo, he doesn't like the bank. No, Mr. Black, he just doesn't like to work. Conversation 2. What does your wife do, Mr. Black? Mary's a saleswoman. Where does she work? She works in a department store. Does she like her job? Yes, she does. She loves her job. How about your husband, Mrs. Cole? What does he do? He's a bank clerk. Does he like his job? No, he doesn't. I take it he doesn't like the bank. No, Mr. Black, he just doesn't like to work. Remember, read and repeat, read and repeat, read and repeat. Okay, now we're going to do mini conversation, like small talks. Mini conversation 1. Are you a porter? Yes, I am. Where do you work? I work in a hotel. Do you like your job? No, I don't. Mini conversation 2. I take it you are a nurse. No, I'm not. Miss White is. Oh, excuse me. Where do you work? I work in a hospital. I'm a doctor. Aquí dice que recuerden que está la A del artículo and, IN, es lo mismo. Lo único que uno se pone cuando la palabra empieza con vocal y tiene sonido de vocal, y el otro A con una consonante y este para la vocal. Vamos a leer otra vez. Mini conversation 1. Are you a porter? Yes, I am. Where do you work? I work in a hotel. Do you like your job? No, I don't. Esto se pone aquí. I work in a hotel. I work in a hotel. Linking, uniendo todo. I work in a hotel. Are you a porter? Yes, I am. Where do you work? I work in a hotel. Do you like your job? No, I don't. Mini conversation 2. I take it you're a nurse. No, I'm not. Miss White is. Oh, excuse me, where do you work? I work in a hospital. I'm a doctor. Mini conversation 3. Is your husband salesman? Yes, he is. Where does he work? He works in a department store downtown. Does he like his job? Oh, yes, very much. James just loves his job. Mini conversation 4. Is Mrs. Blake a housewife? No, she isn't. She's a teacher. Does she like her job? No, she doesn't. She hates her job. Recuerden que a la tercera persona se le agrega la S aquí. She doesn't. She hates her job. Voy a leer otra vez. Is your husband a salesman? Yes, he is. Where does he work? He works in a department store downtown. Does he like his job? Oh, yes, very much. Jim just loves his job. Mini conversation 4. Is Mrs. Blake a housewife? No, she isn't. She's a teacher. Does she like her job? No, she doesn't. She hates her job. What do you do? ¿A qué te dedicas? I'm a teacher. What do you want to be? ¿Qué tú quieres ser? Eso es para que ustedes lo practiquen. Recuerden que ustedes pueden ponerlo más lento o más rápido en YouTube, en este canal, para que puedan aprenderlo bien. La cuestión es cuando usted vaya a estudiar la primera lección, estudie la 1, la 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. Cuando vaya a estudiar la 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cuando vaya a estudiar la 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y 8. Y repetir, repetir y repetir y repetir todos los días. Ver los diferentes profesores que están en YouTube. Suscríbanse a los canales de los otros profesores, no solo al mío. Escuchen otras pronunciaciones. Eduquen el oído. Escuchen. Bien, escuchen otros profesores. Suscríbanse al canal. Aprendan, no solo yo o otros. Hay muchos más. Bien. Y síganlo a todos, aprendan de todos. Aquí tenemos la práctica. Bien, aquí vemos cómo se dice father, my father, dad, papá, mi padre, Peter, my brother, James, my sister, my mother, Mrs. Love, husband, wife, son, daughter, Peter is a boy, James is a girl. Recuerden que esta conversation practice es para que ustedes lean mucho aquí lo que son, que empiecen, lean mucho la conversación para que ustedes puedan decirla sin y llenar los espacios en blanco. Por ejemplo, aquí, en esta, what do you do? I'm a mechanic. And what do you do? I'm a nurse. Where do you work? I work in a hospital. How about you? Así sucesivamente. Esos ejercicios son muy importantes. Aquí también contestan y preguntan. Y siempre repasar el vocabulario con frases, pero recuerden con las palabras, siempre de formar sus frases. Y aquí tenemos una de las partes más importantes, que son los ejercicios. Recuerden que los ejercicios, aquí dice, ask and answer, use QBook Chart 6. Use el QBook Chart 6. El QBook es este librito del cual yo no me canso de hablar, porque ustedes ven las figuras aquí y aquí. Ustedes van a asociar las figuras. No tienen que tener traducción, porque aquí dice doctor. Ven que hay un doctor aquí. Aquí hay una cantante, singer, y lo ven y van relacionando. Entonces, el ejercicio del QBook Chart 6. Ahí le pregunta, what does Mr. Ford do? What does Mr. Ford do? Aquí están los nombres. Entonces, lo que usted va a preguntar es, what does Mr. Ford do? Ahí lo ven. What does Mr. Ford do? He's a mechanic. What does Mr. Ford do? He's a mechanic. What does Miss White do? Entonces, ustedes se van al 12, que es el número que le está señalando aquí. El número 12 lo marco. Este 12 lo ven aquí. Este 12 es enfermera. Entonces, what does Miss White do? She's a nurse. Es enfermera. El otro, último ejemplo. What does Mr. Gold do? Number 13. He is a bank clerk. He is a bank clerk. Y así sucesivamente. En el ejercicio B, is John Fix a doctor? Yes, he is. Where does he work? He works in a hospital. Is John Fix a doctor? Yes, he is. Where does he work? He works in a hospital. Is Miss Melody a singer? Yes, she is. Where does she work? She works in a nightclub. Y así sucesivamente. Usted toma el librito y pregunta, ¿es el señor tal y tal un doctor? Sí lo es. ¿Dónde trabaja? Entonces así lo va practicando con todos los pronombres. Y luego las preguntas aquí personales. What do you do? I'm a teacher. Where do you work? I work in school. Siempre empiezan con el primer pronombre. I, you, luego you, he, she, it, we, you y they. Practicando, ejercitándose siempre con todos los pronombres. Aquí tendremos una lectura. Jack Hope is a bus driver. He drives a bus and likes his job. Mrs. Hope is a housewife. She works at home, but she wants a job very much. She wants to be a secretary. She and her husband want a house, but they need money. Jill, the Hope's daughter, is a nurse. She works in a hospital and she loves her job. She wants to be an actor. Y así sucesivamente. Recuerden, la idea es práctica, 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 práctica todos los días. Aquí le dejo, desarrollen todos sus ejercicios de la lección número 6. Bien, luego aquí tenemos talk about yourself. Habla acerca de ti. What do you do? ¿Qué trabaja? Where do you work? ¿Dónde trabaja? Do you like your job? ¿Te gusta el trabajo? ¿Qué tú quieres ser? What do you want to be? En esta, usted entonces empieza a hablar y llena los ejercicios. Recuerden que nos vemos los martes, los jueves y los sábados por este mismo canal de YouTube. Si les gusta este video, denle un like, coméntenlo y suscríbanse al canal. Y si también denme recomendaciones, si ven que estoy hablando muy rápido o me pueden ayudar con sus críticas positivas, también le aceptamos. Que Dios le bendiga y seguimos avanzando. Lección 6, luego la lección número 7. No olviden suscribirse al canal. Hasta la vista. See you next time and thank you very much. Bye bye. Hasta la vista.